Okay, we should be live.
Okay, welcome everyone back to Bruderheim Town Council open session. We're proceeding with 8.2 bylaw 01/2021 business license bylaw.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, I have to get back to you guys.
No problem. Yeah, that's for the second and third reading of the business license bylaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Chairman, requesting that council review this bylaw that established the licensing and control of any business operating within the town of Bruderheim. The town council gives second reading to bylaw 01/2021, the business license bylaw for the town of Bruderheim. The town council give third reading to bylaw 01/2021, the business license bylaw for the town of Bruderheim. Bylaw 52-2016, the business license bylaw, was an extensive rewrite of the previous bylaw that was approved in 2013. Within bylaw 52/2016, the definitions within the land use bylaw were incorporated throughout the document. The land use bylaw and the fees and charges bylaw have been amended, and the amendments were not brought forward in the current business license bylaw. Bylaw 01/2021 references the land use bylaw, and the fees and charges bylaw no longer includes all the land use bylaw definitions. On February 17, 2021, council gave first reading to bylaw 01/2021, the business license bylaw for the town of Bruderheim. Strategic plan areas, opportunities to increase awareness of services that are available within our community and surrounding area. An opportunity to increase awareness of local businesses and encourage a shop local program. And a community that's educated on responsibilities, limitation of council and administration. Other impacts, like legal and legislative, Municipal Act, RSA 2000, Chapter M26, Section 8, powers under bylaws. The new bylaw focuses on the licensing and control requirement for a business operating within the town of Bruderheim. Communication plan. Bylaw 01/2021, the business license bylaw, will be placed on the town of Bruderheim website and shared with those businesses that have a business license within the town of Bruderheim. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you for that. So we're looking for a motion for the second reading of the business license bylaw. Thank you, Councillor Pat.
I move that town council give second reading to bylaw 01/2021, the business license bylaw for the town of Bruderheim.
Thank you for that motion. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Councillor Wayne.
Just a question I've had came to me was, is there a requirement for a business license if you're selling Tupperware or, I don't know, nail polish? I don't know. Is it a requirement to have a business license if you're just doing online stuff that doesn't even come to you? It just gets mailed to them?
Mr. Mayor, through Councillor Wayne, I'll just ask Mrs. Cote to comment on that. I see she's on. She can unmute herself.
I wonder if that's addressed in the first section where what a business premises are.
I see Mrs. Cote's unmuted herself. Are you there? She must not be able to talk. I can you hear me? To you on that, Councillor Lecco.
Yeah.
Oh, we can hear you now. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it is covered in the land use bylaw, and the answer to that question is yes. You're supposed to have a business license.
Even if there's nothing, no traffic going to your house, no nothing. It's all done online.
Yes, you're supposed to have a business license, and the business license this year, or first of all, there's a land use bylaw that requires you to have a development permit. And for things like that, it's a $60 cost. And then after that, it's a $30 business license fee that you pay annually, and you only pay the development permit once. And it's considered a minor home business occupation. And that's because there's not people coming to your home.
Now, is that not a deterrent for the places that are only making a couple $100 just because it's something to do in their pastime? Is that, I guess I'm just throwing these questions out. So
yeah, if you go by the land use bylaw, it involves everybody.
No, I see that. I was just curious that. Okay.
So maybe that's something that you might want to question later in regards to the land use bylaw.
Yep.
Any other comments, questions, or concerns? Councillor George, I believe you have your hand up.
Yes. Question: somebody that's coming in to do a job for, say, like a roofing job, is he required to get a license before he can start that job?
Mr. Mayor, through Council Campbell, that's correct. That's why we've lowered the fee to $30. So that we used to have a two-tiered system in town and out of town, and we've had a lot of take up on now that it's only $30. We've had a lot of businesses do that now that come in to do roofing or HVAC or electrical work
So how long is that license good for?
the entire year. I mean,
Thank
and
you
the
for
really good thing about that, Mr. Mayor, through Councillor Campbell, is that you become part of our business directory. And so we get lots of inquiries at the town office and they ask, do you know anybody that has this service? And once you've registered with us, we can send business your way. So it's a great opportunity for $30. You don't get that kind of advertising for $30.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Councillor George. Any other comments, questions, or concerns? Okay, give it a few seconds. So call for a vote. Anyone opposed to the motion? And the motion's carried. So now we move on to the third reading of this bylaw. Looking for a motion from Council. Councillor Judy.
Town Council gives third reading to bylaw 01/2021, the business license bylaw.
Thank you. Is there anything that you want to add from administration, CAO Pat?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We're seeking council approval for member appointments. Oops, sorry. Are you doing the third reading of business bylaw?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's why I was just double checking if there's anything further to add.
No, there isn't. Sorry.
Okay. So we're looking for a motion from council for the third reading of the business license bylaw. Please
I
don't
made that
put all
motion
up
already.
your hand. Okay, Councillor Judy,
I already made that motion.
for the third reading?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So any comments, questions, or concerns on that motion? Okay, call for a vote then. Anyone opposed? And the motion's carried. Great, thank you. So we're finished that one. Now we move on to appointment to Metro Caitlyn Library Board.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
8.3.
Seeking council approval for member appointments to the Metro Caitlyn Library Board as set out in bylaw 01/2018, establishing a municipal library board in terms of reference for the operation of the library board. The town council approved the appointment of Norma Jean Saracen to the Metro Caitlyn Library Board. Council passed bylaw 01/2018, a bylaw to establish the Metro Caitlyn Library Board on January 17, 2018. Section 3F states the appointment of the members of the board shall be made at each organizational meeting of town council, or in the case of a vacancy arising from any cause, a successor shall be appointed at a council meeting. Resident Norma Jean Saracen submitted her application for membership on February 17, 2021. Strategic plan areas, a volunteer recruitment and retention program is vital in our maintaining a healthy, vibrant community. A community is educated on responsibilities and limitation of council administration. Other impacts, legal and legislative, bylaw 01/2018, establishing a municipal library board in terms of reference for the operation of the library board. Summary, as new applicants apply to become members of the library, the information is brought to the town council for approval. The town council approved appointments are shared with the members of the Metro Caitlyn Library Board. And that's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you for that. So we're looking for a motion to approve appointment of Norma Jean. Councillor George,
I'll make that motion. Make a motion that town council approve the appointment of Norma Jean Saracen to the Metro Caitlyn Library Board. It's presented.
thank you for that motion, Councillor George. Any comments, questions, or concerns? I just wanted to take the time to say appreciation for volunteers such as Norma Jean, who steps forward to help out with our town. Thank you very much, Norma Jean. Much appreciated. I do have a question. In the bylaw, it states that the board shall consist of up to 7 members. Are we at full capacity now with Norma as a part, or are we still short on volunteers there?
Councillor Lecco, do you have an update on that?
I
Sorry, I
believe
don't
we're
have
still
that.
short a couple, but Norma has been on the board for a while, so I'm still trying to understand why this has come forward, because we're going to be there's 3 more people going to be doing their application again. They have to do it every year. But right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including myself, plus the librarian, so 6 in total.
Thank you very much. Maybe there's an opportunity to improve the bylaw or the flow of the information to see how we can improve this. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. So no other comments, questions, or concerns with that motion for Norma Jean? Anyone opposed? Sorry, Councillor Pat?
I think when you're looking at the appointments, it says number 3B, town council rep is for 1 year. Public at large members are appointed for 3 years. So
Yes,
that's already in our bylaw here.
Yeah, it says shall be appointed for a maximum 3-year term. So does that mean that it doesn't have to come back for 3 years, or is that?
So, Mr. Mayor, it comes at the organizational meeting, if you remember. We reappoint all the members at that meeting in the fall every year.
But that's for a board, that's for a council member, but not for a public at large, right?
No, all the library board members are I will get back, but I'm pretty sure we do that at the organizational. Maybe Mrs. Cote is online. She could confirm, or did I?
Yeah. Yes, we confirm them at the organizational meeting every year. When we have organizational meeting, all the members are confirmed, and that's part of the requirements through the Library Act as well. The reason there's a bit of confusion around this one, I believe, is because this was given to us by the librarian, put into the Town of Bruderheim thing, and it's signed February 17th, and that's why it's coming to council.
Okay, I will ask the library, because I don't think it's necessary for them to all come back if they all have to renew their application. So I'll confirm with them.
Should be only once a year, Councillor Lacko.
And that should be going for the at the organizational meeting, correct?
That's correct. And the only other time that we would be reappointing them during the year is if there's a brand new library board member.
And this isn't a brand new library board member, so that's why I was curious as to why. So
Yeah.
I'll check with the library and see why they've sent that over.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good discussion. So we're finished discussing, or is there more concerns, comments, questions on this motion? Okay, call for a vote. Anyone opposed to this motion? And the motion's carried. And glad to have you aboard, volunteer Norma Jean, onto the library board. So we move on to 8.4, policing costs for municipalities with population under 5,000 residents.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Purpose of this report is to provide Town Council with information related to Councillor Len Lauder's notice of motion presented at the February 3rd, 2021 meeting of Council. That Town Council direct administration to send a letter to the provincial government municipalities under population of 5,000, stating that the policing costs should not be charged to smaller municipalities and urging smaller municipalities not to pay the invoices for policing costs.
Thank you for that. I have some information that I need to read in regards to this. Our powers come from the MGA. We are a creature of the province and only have the authority granted to us. We are not a constitutional level of government. We are bound by the Police Act and the police funding regulations, and therefore cannot refuse to pay a lawful requisition. This motion is out of order and I will not accept it on the floor. So we will be moving on to 8.5.
Mr. Chairman, I don't agree that at all. We have a right to, we never had any say in this in the AUMA, and the policing cost is breaking all our small communities. And I just think it's time for the communities to take a step forward, and finding crap like that on there is bull, and you know it. The fact is, we as a community should take the leadership role and making sure that we don't have to pay a silly bill was initiated to fill their pockets.
So just so that you're aware, Councillor Len, we do have a voice at the AUMA, and we have voiced our concern in regards to paying this bill. But this motion is out of order and we cannot accept this motion. So we'll be moving on.
Who says that? You said it. I think we should have a public inquiry into this and ask the citizens of Bruderheim. I don't think that's right.
Len, this motion is out of order and is not allowed. Sorry, we move on to 8.5, Meteorite Day.
Thank you,
Patty,
Mr.
do you have
Mayor.
a preamble? Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have a preamble. I believe you have the proclamation.
Yep. So I'll read the proclamation. Bruderheim Meteorite Day. and the date was verified by our CAO during this meeting. Thank you, CAO Pat. March 4th, 1960, at approximately 1:06 a.m., a meteorite landed in close proximity to the town of Bruderheim. Nearly 700 meteorite fragments were found with a total aggregate weight of over 300 kilograms, the largest recovered meteorite fall in Canada. In recognition of this monumental occurrence, I, Mayor Carl Hauck, do hereby proclaim March 4th, or March, we got March 5th written in here.
March 4th.
Yeah,
March 4th.
yeah, no, but
March 4th.
in the proclamation, it says March 5th, 2021 to be Bruderheim Meteorite Day in the town of Bruderheim, dated on the 3rd day of March 2021. And I'll sign this off and get this back to the town office. So do we need a motion to accept this proclamation?
With amendment?
The amendment, please. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So do we need a motion for this?
No.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
So we'd be looking for a motion to accept the proclamation.
With amendment.
Councillor George,
I'll make a motion that we accept the proclamation with the amendment from May 5th to May 4th.
yeah, so I'll have to sign a new sheet that will be printed up, right?
Mr. Mayor, we just want a party for 2 days instead of one, that's all.
Awesome. Any comments, questions, or concerns with that motion? Haven't heard none. Call for vote. Anyone opposed to that motion? And the motion's carried. Thank you very much for remembering Bruderheim Meteorite Day. So we're looking for a motion to approve the council committee reports on 9.1. Deputy Mayor Daniel.
I move that we approve. Wow, I can't talk today. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I move that we. I move that we approve the. Why can't I get through this? I can't do it.
I can do it. I'll help you, Dan.
Okay, Councillor Pat.
I move the council accept the council committee reports information.
Thank you. Any comments, questions, or concerns with that motion? Haven't heard none. Call for vote. Anyone opposed to the motion? Councillor Wayne? You're muted, Councillor Wayne.
Can we wait till see if Dan is back online? I think he's frozen.
Yeah, it looks like he's frozen out now.
He got scared and ran away.
Yeah, he's having some technical difficulties there.
I'll text him, Mr. Mayor, to see if he's okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe his computer frozen. Oh, I see he's lost connection now. Unfortunately, electronic world sometimes doesn't always cooperate.
Mr. Mayor, we'll just note that he left the meeting at this time, and if
Okay.
you want to keep going with the reports.
Sure. And anyone opposed to the motion to accept the council committee reports as information? And the motion's carried. Now looking for a motion for 9.2 to receive the mayor report as information. Councillor Judy.
I make a motion that town council receive the mayor's report as information.
Thank you. Any comments, questions, or concerns with that motion? Okay, and call for a vote. Anyone opposed to that motion? And the motion's carried. Correspondence and information items.
EAO report?
Yep. Oh, yeah, right. I got a little ahead of myself. Thank you for correcting me there, Councillor Pat. So we need a motion to accept the CAO report as information.
I'll bring that up.
Thank you, Councillor Pat.
Move that the council accept the CAO report as information.
Any comments, questions, or concerns for CAO Pat report?
Just to reiterate on the utilities there in EBCOR, when you had that interruption, that little blurb you put in there, yeah, I will let the residents know that that's because it was just a small interruption, not a big. Okay.
Okay, Councillor Judy and then Councillor Wayne.
So just looking at the new meters, Pat, how did you make out this month? Was your phone quite as busy or not?
Mr. Mayor, through Councillor Schiller, as in concerns about the installs, or
Yes.
what are you referencing?
No, not about the installs, about the meter readings, since we've changed adjusted the billing and stuff. Sorry.
So residents would have just received their bills for February, either today or yesterday. So imagine if there's any more concerns, they would be in the coming days. So I could
Okay.
give a report to council. Usually we last time it was about 4 to 6 days after residents received their bills. So.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, definitely I see the timing is way different. So that gives your staff open time to do other stuff, which is phenomenal.
Well, and
found with
we're also looking at, again, I mentioned changing the billing dates once we kind of get one change at a time done.
Yeah.
Just to, I know a lot of residents have mentioned they like to pay their bills at the end of the month, not the middle, but it also, at the end of the month, my staff have to read all the meters and then get the bills out. And it also coincides with council packages. So we'll be looking mid-year at maybe, then the readings will be truly from month to month, right? The entire month,
Okay.
so that Public Works can move the readings down. But again, in the report, we highlighted that we had a few water breaks at residential locations. The breaks were on the resident side, and our Public Works staff will be able to isolate very quickly where those breaks and potentially save those residents thousands of dollars in damage and water bills by locating them so quickly. So amazing software. If you're ever around and want to see it, I'm sure Dennis can show you that, how it works and how they're able to dial in and out, and super excited for our community. This is an enhanced service level for sure.
Yeah. Great. Thank you very much.
Councillor Wayne and then Councillor George.
I just wanted to say thanks to Public Works for maintaining the ice rink outside. I know it's been warm out there, and they're doing what they can to ensure that it's maintained. I think it's going to cool off, I think, next week, so that'll be nice. But thank you very much for maintaining that, since they can't go indoors yet. How is the indoors coming or leaving?
It's leaving, yeah. Now with the warmer weathers, I was on a call today with the Capital Region, and most of the outdoor rinks are now swimming pools. So, yeah, thanks to our Public Works staff for coming in after hours and on weekends to try to build up that ice. But we are in borrowed time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So get out and skate.
Yeah. And how's the indoor rink leaving?
Slowly, we're getting there. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you,
Dan's
Councillor
back.
Wayne.
Yeah, I got that
please
recorded.
note
Thank
that
you.
Daniel's
Yeah.
back, yeah. Councillor George, you had
I just want to thank Public Works and the admin staff for all the work that they do and the diligence that they put in to keep our town going. One thing I noticed in my bill when I opened it up this morning, or this afternoon, there was no surprise. In fact, it was about 10% less than what it generally is. So it's savings to us pensioners anyway.
thank you, Councillor George. Yes, our Public Works deserves kudos for a great job. Thank you. Welcome back, Deputy Mayor Dan. The audio is working in now. So any other questions for CAO Pat on the CAO report? Okay, hearing none, call for a vote. Anyone opposed to accepting the CAO report as information? And the motion's carried. And correspondence, does anyone have any correspondence that they would like to bring forward? I don't have anything from town office. I picked up the paperwork today, so the only thing that I had was the board highlights from Elk Island Public Schools, and I believe everyone gets a copy of that. So if there's nothing else, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh, sorry, Councillor George, do you have your hand up?
I don't think we accepted the minutes from our last meeting.
Oh, thank you. You're absolute. I think.
Judy Schuler.
Yeah,
Judy
no, we
Schuler.
did that.
Oh,
We
okay.
adopted the minutes. Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Yep, absolutely. We caught that one.
Or was I?
With
No
me,
worries.
George.
Huh?
With me. I missed it too.
I don't mind the double check. That's all good. Any other issues? No. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
I make a
Councillor
motion
Wayne?
to find a couch or go home, whichever's closer.
Thank you, Councillor
Amen.
Wayne. And anyone opposed to that motion? And the
No.
motion's carried. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Oilers are playing.
Good night.